So, hello students. After completion of application of Biot-Savart law, our aim for today's class is to know Ampere circuitous law and the application of Ampere circuitous law. So, what actually is Ampere circuitous law? Let us understand. If we have a current carrying conductor with current I, and if it is enclosed by a loop of radius r, this is called Amperian loop. So if a current carrying conductor is enclosed by an Amperian loop in which we take a small element dl, and as we know, a current carrying conductor is producing a magnetic field around it. So at this particular position, magnetic field will be like this, and this we can get by our right hand thumb rule. So the direction of B and dl here are parallel. So the angle between B and dl is theta is equal to 0 degree. Okay. What Ampere circuitous law says? This says the line integral over a closed loop of this B dot dl is mu naught times the current enclosed. So B dot dl integration over a closed loop is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed by this Amperian loop. This is called Ampere circuitous law. We know that the magnetic field due to a straight conductor is given by the formula mu naught I upon 2 pi r. This we know. So applying this, we can prove Ampere circuitous law very easily. So you take first left hand side. Left hand side is integration of B dot dl. So we can write it as B dl cos theta, because B dot dl is dot product of two vector, and dot product of two vector is B dl cos theta, when theta is the angle between B and dl. From the diagram it is clear the theta is 0. So we can write this as B dl cos 0 degree, and it is B dl only. Now put the value of B, the magnetic field because of a long straight conductor at a point P from the conductor at a distance r. So we can put the value B is equal to mu naught I upon 2 pi r. So this will be integration mu naught upon 2 pi I by r into dl. So now we can write it as mu naught upon 2 pi I by r integration of dl. So if we add all dl for this Amperian loop, the value will be the circumference, that is 2 pi r. So we can write it as mu naught by 2 pi I by r into 2 pi r, because the value of integration of dl is 2 pi r. So this 2 pi r cancels this 2 pi, and this is mu naught times I. This is RHS. So this proves the Ampere circuitous law. So I think you have got the idea that what actually is an Ampere circuitous law and how can we prove it? So proof is also very easy. So this is Ampere circuitry law. And after Ampere circuitry law, we should know the application. Application of Ampere circuitry law. Very first is to find magnetic field at the center of a current carrying long solenoid. So solenoid, we all know it's a spring-like coil, and this is long. So a solenoid is a coil in which the length is large in comparison to its radius. Then this is a solenoid. And if a solenoid is carrying a current, what should be the magnetic field because of that one? Okay. So I am just drawing the diagram. So this is a solenoid. And if n, small n is number of turns per unit length, and I is the current. So to apply the Ampere circuitry law, we have to imagine an Amperian loop, because without Amperian loop we cannot apply the concept of Ampere circuitry law. So a convenient shape of Amperian loop I am considering here. So this is the axis, and along the axis the magnetic field is B, and I am taking a loop. P, Q, R and S. The length is small l. Right? So diagram is clear. So let us consider an Amperian loop. So rectangle PQRS is an Amperian loop, rectangular in shape as shown. Okay. Now we have to apply Ampere circuitry law for the current enclosed by this Amperian loop, which is rectangular in shape. Okay. Now we have to write the Ampere circuitry law. So Ampere circuitry law, applying Ampere circuitry law, we can write PQRS, the integral over this PQRS of B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the total current enclosed by this. So again take LHS. Now take LHS. LHS is B dot dl PQRS. Now we can expand this from P to Q, Q to R, R to S and S to P. So this integration can be broken into 4. First B dot dl from P to Q plus second B dot dl from Q to R plus third B dot dl from R to S and the fourth B dot dl from S to P. Okay, now we have to solve this 4 integration for the left hand side. So one by one. So B dot dl from P to Q. So if we consider a dl along this line, then dl and B are parallel. So the angle is 0 degree. So the first one can be written as P to Q B dl, because cos 0 is equal to 1. Now plus. Now come to the second part, Q to R. So Q to R, if we take a dl in this line, then B and dl are perpendicular. Then angle is 90 degree. So B dot dl means B dl cos 90. And what is the value of cos 90? The value of cos 90 is 0. So the second integration will become 0 because of the angle 90 degree. Now come to the third one. Come to the third one, R to S. So if we take a dl here, but as we all know, the magnetic field outside the solenoid is 0. So here there is no magnetic field, V is 0. So when B is 0, there is no question of B dl. So B dl becomes 0. So the third term also is 0. Now come to the fourth term. Again fourth term, B and dl are perpendicular, and then again cos 90 is 0, so this is 0. So in this way, we can see out of that 4 integrations, the values of these 3 integrations, that is from Q to R, R to S and S to P, all 3 are 0. So only B dl from P to Q remains. Okay, now we have to solve this. So B integration of dl from P to Q. Now from the diagram it is very much clear. The length of this line is small l. The length of this small line is, this line is small l. So the value of PQ is small l. So if we add all dl along this line, the value will be small l. So we can write it as B into L. This is your equation number 1. That is your left hand side. Now come to right hand side. Right hand side is mu naught times I. Okay. So mu naught. And what is the total current enclosed? So every loop has a current small I. And how many turns are enclosed? The number of turns enclosed by this Amperian loop is small n into small l. How it is? Because number of turns per unit length is small n and L length is enclosed. The total number of turns enclosed is n into L. So we can write the total number of turns n into L, and every turn has a current small I. So this is your I. So we can write I here as NLI. Okay, now this is your equation number 2. Now apply Ampere circuitry law. Then this is B dot L is equal to mu naught N L I. L cancel L, that gives the value of magnetic field as mu naught N I. And if capital L is length of solenoid, then small n can be written as total number of turns upon L. So this expression can also be written as B is equal to mu naught N I upon L. This is the magnetic field by a solenoid. Expression we should remember always, B is equal to mu naught small n I or mu naught capital N I upon L, capital L. So this gives the expression for magnetic field. One thing we have to remember always, for a solenoid, the magnetic field is localized along its axis inside the solenoid, and magnetic field outside the solenoid is almost zero, right? So this is your application number 1. Now we have to go for application number 2. Application number 2 is magnetic field along the axis of a toroidal solenoid. So a toroidal solenoid means an endless solenoid. So when solenoid is made like a ring, then this is called a toroidal solenoid. So I am again drawing a diagram. So make a circle and then think of a coil like this. Its inner radius is R1 and outer radius is R2, and average radius is R, that is R1 plus R2 by 2. And again think of an Amperian loop, and in this case the Amperian loop is like a circle of radius small r, that is average radius. And if we take a DL here, DL and B, so again the angle between B and DL is theta equal to 0, right? Then we have to apply that Ampere circuitry law. Again in this case, if N is number of turns per unit length. Okay. Now if I is the current, so I current goes inside and ultimately moving through all the turns and comes out. So applying Biot-Savart law, Ampere circuitry law, that is integration of this B dot dl is equal to mu naught times I. So LHS is B dl cos 0 degree, that is B dl, and we can write it as B, and if we add all dl for this circle Amperian loop, the value will be 2 pi r. This is equation 1. Now come to RHS. Mu naught I. Again, if number of turns per unit length is small n, and if we find the length of this toroidal solenoid, the total length is 2 pi r. So mu naught times n into 2 pi r is total number of turns multiplied by I. This is equation number 2. Now apply that Ampere circuitry law. We can write B 2 pi r is equal to mu naught n 2 pi r into I. This 2 pi r cancel this 2 pi r. B is equal to mu naught n I. Right? And the magnetic field, this in the space, free space is 0. So outside also it is 0 and inside also it is 0, and again magnetic field is localized along the axis of this toroidal solenoid. So expression for the toroidal solenoid is B is equal to mu naught Ni, as well as for long solenoid it is mu naught Ni. One thing we have to remember, special point, for a long solenoid, the magnetic field near its end is half the magnetic field at the center of solenoid. So this is all about today's class. So today we have learnt about the Ampere circuitry law and the application of Ampere circuitry law to find magnetic field at the center of a long solenoid, current carrying solenoid, and along the axis of a toroidal solenoid. So that's all for today's class. Thank you very much.